Ladies and gents, and the rest, today we're going to be answering questions that you sent. Seems like there's not a lot of questions, and I guess people are super educated now, and everybody knows everything about the game. So we're going to answer these questions, and after that, I guess this is the end of this series because there's not enough questions, right? So, let's go. How does poison work? Is it static damage or percentage? Does poison stack or just refresh? Are all characters, all talents all the same? Or do some characters do more poison damage than others? To find out, we'll go here. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. I made a video about this article a couple of days ago. Go here is burn. This is obviously for level 1 mini, and I assume it's plus 10% for each level, right? So one stack of burning is 240 damage over 8 seconds. One stack of poison is 40 damage over 5 seconds. And first of all, every unit of the same level will do the same amount of poison. So bandits of level 20 will do X poison damage over 5 seconds, and Darkspear Troll with poison talent, same amount of damage at the same level. Hogger with the same level, same amount of damage. So that's how it works. And as we can see, even if it was even if they both were over the same amount of seconds, it's 240 versus 40. So in order to reach that, you need to the poison damage dealer has to do 6 hits to do the same amount of damage that burn can do in one attack. Obviously, burning doesn't stack, but that is the answer for the question. What is the difference between poison damage and fire damage? Which one is better? As you can see, fire damage is much better. Like I said, it's 240. It's like 6 times more in one stack. Thing is that you don't really have a choice usually. So you can't choose poison harpies or burning harpies. It's just impossible, right? So, but if you have a choice, yeah, burning is much better. Does Thunder Armor talent of Warsong Raider reduce the tower armor too? No, it only reduces the armor of units. It does not apply to towers, sorry. What is the best way to get more Arclight energy? There is only one way to farm Arclight energy, unfortunately. This way. And it's one time only. One time reward only. There is a rumor that if you manage to complete level 30 dungeon, next week you'll be able to repeat that. You can do it once with each hero, once a week, if it's level 30. Until you reach level 30, you'll only get one-time rewards. Do you think they will add more families to the game? If so, do you think they will rework heroics to include a 6th clear with that family? I don't think they're gonna add families. I will 100% bet that they will not be adding any families during the 2024. For example, let's pretend that you want to add a new family. Let's say, I don't know, Night Elf, for example. So that means, first, like you said, they have to add an extra clear for every single encounter, which doesn't make sense, which is a lot of work, and for what? Just to have one more family? It's much easier to turn all these units from the Night Elf family into some existing families units, right? Let's say I don't know, have something from Night Elves, and we take these abilities, make them look different, and turn them into Blackrock units, and then sell them as Blackrock units for existing families already, right? So I don't see any financial value for them, and it's a lot of headaches, a lot of work for nothing. And they have a million other problems that are way more important than adding the new content this way. As long as they just add things the way they plan, I'm going to be happy. So you can't really demand anything from these developers because I believe there's a mess in the company right now by looking at what they do. And I also think that like I said, my only hope is Microsoft, because they bought them, right, and the Microsoft is, they're not the nicest guys in terms of monetization, but they're much better at organizing things, right? So I have hope that when they actually start thinking what to do with the game, they're gonna do a lot of fixes, and we're gonna have much better content updates and communicating between at least YouTubers and the devs. And I don't think they're gonna add any new families anytime soon. Anytime soon, I mean this year, 2024. Do you think we're gonna see sappers meta again next week? Right now, this is January 4th, so in 2 days, fortification goes away, and that means the tower is going to have 100% HP instead of 200% HP, which means you will be able to one-shot the tower using 2 sappers, and I love sappers. With a clear fight modification, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I know you are a Goblin Sappers lover. I don't think lover is the right word. Fan. I'm too. Can you please share some deck builds with Goblin Sappers? I will share some deck builds with Goblin Sappers as soon as I test them with fortification gone, and if it's worth it, I'll definitely will show you some little tricks and secrets with Goblin Sappers, if they are going to be viable and if they become meta. Otherwise, I don't want to waste people's time. I want to show what's actually in trend, not what I think is cool, right? Nobody cares what I think. Which 10 units in current PvP meta is absolutely worth getting talents for? Which are your top 6 leaders right now and why? Why 6 leaders and why 10 units? I guess this was just random, but okay. Which 10 units are absolutely worth getting talents for? Number 1. It will always be number 1. Quillboar with Bristleback talent. Does extra damage on 2 melee attackers and skeletons, even ranged skeletons. So Quillboar is the best unit in the game. It's used absolutely everywhere. In today's meta, in tomorrow's meta, and every single meta, Quillboar is going to be there. So Quillboar with Bristleback, number 1. Number 2, Polymorph with this gold talent. Polymorph, it's like if with this meta on this map, Arathi Basin, if you have Polymorph, there is absolutely no way to attack your base successfully, because Polymorph stops everything, turns everything into shit, allows Safe Pilot to one-shot almost everything in the game, except like Drakisat and a Gargoyle maybe. So this thing is the best. Number 3, Prowler. You can take Stealth Talent or Predatory Instincts. They're both great. Predatory Instincts allows you to one-shot things that you wouldn't one-shot previously. I believe Huntress is one of them. Don't remember exactly, don't quote me on that, but Huntress, I believe, will be one-shotted with this talent. Or she'll be two-shotted without this talent anyway, so that's this guy's number 3. Execute. Literally, like with any talent, don't take Overpower is garbage, but these 2 talents are equally strong. Execute does enormous amount of damage if you pair it with Jaina, because Jaina buffs the level of the Execute, and it does a lot of damage to the core. And on the Arathi Basin, you don't even need to collect the gold in the middle. You just need to, if you can get if you can do DPS to the enemy's core without leaving your base, this is how you win the game. So Execute is number 4. Since you're asking about the current meta, right? Shaman with Earth Wall Totem. The top players use that. So, like I said, they just damage the enemy's core and they deploy these shamans and always heal their core. And that's how they win the game. They don't even actually deploy units. They just cast spells and these shamans with totems. That's how they win the game. It's a pretty disgusting and ugly gameplay, but it works, and It's not about fun. Fun is for casuals, right? We're here to win. So that's number 5. Gargoyle is number 6. On the current map with current modifier, Gargoyle is just, it's almost impossible to stop. You have to put a lot of effort to stop it. It hits like truck every time it hits your core. You're gonna have a heart attack. That's how much damage it does. Easy to use. This Wing Buffet, this is pretty much the only usable talent, because it's extremely slow and without movement speed it's just not usable. Number 6. Banshee. Sometimes you get things like Hogger, things like Huntress, things like Gargoyle. Banshee, if you have to learn how to execute that with the talent Will of Necropolis, well, of the Necropolis, Banshee takes these big units and turns them against the enemy. This is what I would put in the top 10, right? So this is number 7. Number 8, Warzone Raider with a Raising Focus talent. Pretty much like a Gargoyle. You use it exactly the way you would use Gargoyle, except it's fast. I believe it attacks much faster. If you don't have a talent on Gargoyle or you prefer this, you can use this. This is the exact same thing. It works the exact same way. Oh my god, I forgot Safe Pilot. Safe Pilot should be like number 2 after Quillbore. So Safe Pilot is, you either take Common and Hot or Gnomish Cloaking Device. I love coming in hot because I usually use Safe Pilot to to defeat big armies. You polymorph everything, and then when everything's polymorphed, it gets double damage from everything, right? Then you Safe Pilot everything, and everything usually dies. And I use coming in hot because after deploying, everything burns on top of getting damage from Safe Pilot. So that's what I use. And number 10, if you have it, I know not a lot of people have it, but since you're asking for mine, Death, Deep Breath, you get this spell for killing Onyxia, obviously. On this map is super pooper small. You take this talent, Double Dragon. So it pretty much, you see this, the animation right here? So it doubles the size of this. It becomes twice as long. And you can pretty much hit the enemy core and the rest of the map. So this is how top players do it. Like I said, they're sitting at their base, heal their base with their shamans, and they just cast this spell. They kill other units, kill kobolds, kill Iron Dwarf miners, and they damage the core. And they do all that with this one spell because the radius of it is gigantic. That is my number 10. Which are your top 6 leaders right now and why? Let me talk to you about leaders first. First of all, in general, you will need all 12. Thalnos is total garbage for top PvP, and Sylvanas as well, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna get reworked. When the meta changes, you need some other heroes, right? So, for example, Murkai is not that popular now, but he was an S tier hero on Alterac Valley with those modifiers. You will need all the heroes that you see here, but the top 6 that I would use on this map is number 1 is Jaina. Like I said, even like this is the exact deck that I'm using. So Jaina, you deploy Jaina, you execute the core. It does so much damage. It's enormous. And if you do it during overtime, man, during overtime you're gonna be the champ. So this is like this hero allows you to kill the enemy without even getting into the real fights. Number 2, Rend. Rend is actually, this is the deck that I'm using. The Rend is, this is probably the best hero in the game. A lot of people think it's Baron Raven there, but I say Rend because Rend, like I said, you will need all the heroes, but Rend is the easiest to kill Onyxia with. Not easy to kill Onyxia with, because even with Rend, it's hard as fuck, but it's much easier than with other heroes, and the level requirements for Onyxia are the lowest if you use Rend. In like the Rend's deck. That's why Rend is amazing, and even if sometimes he's not amazing for some situations, he is still the best because you kill Onyxia with Rend. It's the cheapest option, and outside of Onyxia, it's extremely powerful hero. He can do enormous amount of damage to everything, to flying units, melee units, range units. He is really good at tanking towers, and just the best hero. Even in my opinion, even better than Baron. So that's number 2. And right now, because Gargoyle is popular, is an S tier unit, you rent decks with Harpies, Whelpeks are always like the best unit, right? One of the best units. Not my top 10 right now because the current modifiers like one-shot them right away, but Rend is a man. Number 3, Baron, of course. because of his skeletons. Chill of the Grave, it's just you get shitload of value without even touching the hero, right? You can say no to that. But a lot of like amateur YouTubers, they say this is an S tier hero. It's not really S tier hero. Like if you get this hero to level 20, that is more than enough to like you can go level up something else, because you use Baron 99% for his skeletons. His skeletons, you either one-shot them or two-shot them. And it doesn't matter if Baron is level 20 or level 25. Skeletons will not be much stronger. You need skeletons to slow things and to DPS things a little bit. That's all. So Baron is a really good hero, but he doesn't have to be high level. Number 4 is Sneed. On this map, on the Arathi Basin with the current Siege Tower modifiers, Sneed is amazing because you use him the way you use Baron, which means you never use him, but his trait, Sneed before Greed. Gain 2 gold when a siege damage unit destroys a tower, captures emitting stone, or opens the chest. So, like I said, fortifications going away. We will be able to one-shot the tower with 2 Goblin sappers. If you do it while using in Sneed, in the Sneed's deck, you get 2 gold when you kill the tower with 2 sappers for 2 gold. So you get your gold back instantly. That allows you to defend the tower that you just captured. This is a super deadly combo. I think it's going to be very popular this week. So for this map, this is number 4. Because the towers attack very slowly, Gromash Hellscream with Savage Strike. Okay, Gromash, like all his 3 talents are amazing. If you pick something else, like everybody has different fetish, but I love Savage Strike because it also applies to structures. But you can take whatever you want. Gromash Hellscream is an amazing hero. For some reason, I never play him a lot, but when I do, I have a lot of fun. It's super useful. It's a great hero. This is my number 5. Number 6 is Maiev with Remorseless Talent. Again, if you set up your deck correctly, you drop the Maiev's gold cost, and then you deploy her, and she does enormous amount of damage. She's super cheap, super useful. It should have been number 1, but number 6. These are my top 6 heroes, and why. Next question. Does Onyxia deal physical damage or elemental damage? Onyxia deals elemental damage. Quillbore of level 26 can tank 3 hits from Onyxia, and Onyxia attacks are very slow. The animation of attack is extremely slow. So, what is the best Dark Miner talent, and does it ever make a difference? I like Dark Miner, but all the talents seem caca. Caca, I suppose it's shit. Every situation is different, and on every map, the talent is going to be different. I will explain you my logic. So, right now we are on Arathi Basin, which is this thing here. And here, we always have a lot of fights over for this gold, right? So, if you deploy Iron Dwarf here, I would say the best talent here is Mines. Because if you win a couple of fights successfully and you take all the gold, Dark Iron Miner is going to spawn a lot of mines here. These a lot of mines are going to kill Safe Pilot. They are going to kill Murlocs. They are going to kill a lot of units because these units don't have any options of where to go. So if the enemy from here spawns something that has low HP, they either go this way or they go to fight the enemy's tower, right? And they obviously will go this way all the time. And if there is a lot of mines here, they're just gonna die. They have nowhere to go. However, if you play in Alterac Valley, I don't have the picture of that, but I guess you remember, I hope. An Alterac Valley, first of all, let's take a look at Dark Iron Miner. Yeah, so you take gold mine in this situation. If you play on Alterac Valley, I would go with Dwarven Ambition, Gain Fury, so your attacks become extremely fast, and I believe you will be able to even kill a Worgen. Maybe not a Worgen, but you definitely will be able to kill a Quillbore if you have this talent. The reason why I wouldn't take mines on Alterac Valley is because the map is huge, and you have to be able to defend yourself, and not like nobody's gonna help you because you're gonna be too far from everything, right? It takes forever to get somewhere. On Arathi Basin, like I said, these gold nodes in the middle, you can get there pretty much instantly, right? Because everything is very close. That's why I take mines on Arathi Basin. On Alterac Valley, I definitely take a Fury. Dark Iron armaments, I haven't found any use for it yet. But so this is like the worst talent, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I haven't found it anything, and I have never heard anything good about this talent, even from top players. That is all we have. If you have any more questions, post them down below. Again, if we have enough questions for the video, I will make a new video. That's all.